the same effort they put into this artwork is the same effort I'm putting into this review.
What's going on, people? This is your old pal CHH. We're back with another 4K review. This is from M. Night Shyamalan, one of his classic films. Man, today we're looking at the new 4K release of Signs. Now, yes, this artwork is terrible. That barely looks like Joaquin Phoenix, and Mel Gibson looks like he has on a toupee. Yeah, this is way worse than the Sixth Sense one's bad, don't get me wrong, but I think you could admit that this one is a little bit better. This is this is abysmal. This is so bad, I hate it. Yeah, this is just terrible. No effort put into that. But all in all, we are here to talk about the release. We're going to go into this in detail. But listen, I got to say, man, Signs is another movie. Kind of like The Sixth Sense when we were talking about this. Signs was a movie that defines an era. This movie honestly came out, I feel like, at the perfect time. This was being produced right post 9/11. The world was in shambles. America was in fear. Everybody was questioning everything. Our whole realities were completely taken, away from what we knew. And this new reality of horrible things could actually happen in our country and scary things. It's hard to explain unless you really were there and experience it. Most of you that are my age or a little bit older, you know where you were, you know what happened, you know what was going through your mind. And Signs, the way this movie plays out, the message of this movie, the theme of this movie, truly couldn't have come at a better time. Signs is a movie, it's really not about aliens, right? Signs is a movie about faith, having faith, losing faith, your faith being challenged. And I don't necessarily think it has to just be in a religious way. I think you could apply this to different parts of your life. But what a movie to come out at the right time. Signs was a movie that I feel like really united us again and made us feel whole a little bit. It was a great movie, but with the messaging of this, sensational. But if you ask me what's the best M. Night Shyamalan movie, without a shadow of a doubt, I think it's Signs. I don't think he's ever gonna beat this. I think this is his Beatles White Album, or this is his, you know, what have you. Take the best record from each band. This is it. This is his multi-plat. This is his Thriller. You know, this is his Thriller. Signs is a movie that I don't think he'll ever beat. I hope he can. I hope he does. But if he doesn't, it's understandable because of how good this is. But Signs is a masterpiece. And here's the other thing. It's just like, you know, Joaquin Phoenix, I feel like he's got this really big second win lately. I'm not saying he went away, but, like, you know, he's the Joker now. He's doing movies like Beau is Afraid. But when I think of Joaquin Phoenix, the movie that always comes to mind for me is Uncle Merrill from Signs. I love him in this movie. He plays just this cool, normal dude that's helping out his brother who lost his wife to a tragic accident. When it comes to Mel Gibson movies, you know, I love Mel Gibson. I've always been a fan of his. I love Lethal Weapon. To me, Lethal Weapon 2 is probably the greatest buddy cop movie of all time. I also think it's one of the best 80s comedies and action movies together. I mean, Lethal Weapon 2 is a perfect movie, but if you're going to say, like, what's one of his best performances, I would put Signs up there with the likes of Braveheart. I'd even say that Signs might be a little bit better. He is fucking amazing in this movie. And what's so great about this movie with Mel Gibson is his performance. He's definitely the star of the film. He's the lead of the film, but he doesn't overshadow people in this movie. His performance is genuine. It's so honest, and he really just blends into his environment so well, and you believe him as this preacher who lost his faith after his wife tragically was killed when she was going walking one night. So it's an amazing story, but the thing about Signs that's so great, and if you've seen this movie, you know, the movie is completely palpable from start to finish. You never, ever, ever truly get to relax. You never really get to, you know, have this moment of, like, laughter in a big sense. There's definitely moments in this that are funny, but they're very, very brief, but as soon as that happens, you're right back into the thick of it. This is what I would consider a perfect movie. I really would. I would consider this a perfect movie. There's not a genuine complaint I actually have about this. And, you know, again, this is the PG-13 with M. Night, so he was that guy that was kind of like breaking the, you know, the thought process of, can a PG-13 movie be, a horror movie be great? Not only could it be, but he made it all-timers with this in Sixth Sense, so it can be done. I don't know if there's ever going to be a second wind of this kind of PG-13 horror, but I'll tell you, man, this was pivotal time in my life. I'll say that. So yeah, with that being said, guys, love the movie. This is terrible art, just terrible. I don't think you can reverse the art on the, obviously the case is the same. I don't think you can reverse the art. There's no reversible art on this. Of course not. Here we go, guys. I'll say this right now. Just like Sixth Sense, this looks like a Vinegar Syndrome 4K, which I know is such a weird way to describe it, but it's really the best way I can describe it. The quality of this is so good. It's literally as pristine as possible, and it has that beautiful level of grain that you would see in stuff like Vinegar Syndrome titles. If you would have told me Vinegar Syndrome did the remaster for this, I'd believe you. That's how good it looks. It has that exact type of look. So if you are a collector of them, you'll know exactly what I mean when I say that, and it's just shocking. If M. Night was in charge of his remasters, I'm not sure if he was. If he was, for all the lackluster movies I felt he's made lately, he's definitely got my, I'm his biggest supporter now, because his movies coming out in 4K, these older titles look absolutely fantastic. Just like Sixth Sense, this gets a perfect 10 on picture quality. Both of these are two of the best 4K restorations of 2024 easily. Now, there are other movies that are older titles from the boutique labels I'll definitely throw up there, but to me, Signs and Sixth Sense are literally top-tier remasters of the year. This blows away, without any hesitation, any of the previous releases picture quality-wise. The jump is sensational, and man, I envy you if this is going to be your first time seeing this movie, especially on this quality. You will love it. Oh my god, this is one of the best movies of the 2000s. Let's look at the special features, and then we'll talk about what's great about this and what's different about this that makes this an even better release than you would think. Alright, so they are all legacy features. We have Making Signs, 6-part documentary, which has Looking for Signs, Building Signs, Making Signs, a commentary by M. Night Shyamalan. The effects of Signs, Last Voices, the music of Signs, which the soundtrack for this movie is sensational. Full Circle, storyboards, multi-angle features, Night's first alien movie, and deleted scenes. And by the way, all the bonus features are on the Blu-ray disc, which is probably why these 4Ks look so good, and also probably why the Blu-ray is region-free as well as the 4K, but I'll talk about that in a second. So guys, just like Sixth Sense when we talked about, what's great about this is the fact that, of course, the 4K is region-free, but on the Blu-ray as well, we get that gorgeous, gorgeous triangle of freedom. As you can see, ABC. The Blu-ray is region-free as well, so if you're somebody overseas watching this, and this movie is not getting a release over by you, you can watch it no problem. Completely region-free. This is fantastic. This should be something that companies should start doing going forward. Make it available for people around the globe. They'll support it. They'll buy it. There's physical media collectors all over the world. Now, the Blu-ray does not have the new scan. That's the one negative I will say. Just like Sixth Sense, the Blu-ray is the previous Blu-ray. But they also added Dolby Audio to the Blu-ray as well. So you get a new mix on the audio for the Blu-ray. So that's interesting. You almost wonder, why not just put the new scan on the Blu-ray? Because it seems like you did author new discs. So that's just odd to me. I really don't understand that, to be honest with you. But, I mean, I guess I'll let that slide, because I think for most of you watching this, you want to see this in 4K. Two of the best restorations this year. These look like boutique company restorations out of this effing world. Like, I'll put it to you like this. This is just the God's honest truth. These obliterate the Nightmare on Elm Street 4K remaster. They just do. And among others, I only bring up Elm Street because, I mean, that's one of my favorite movies, so it's close to me, so it's something I've watched a couple times now, and it's recently released. These blow this blows so many 4K restorations out this year. I never would have guessed it. So, with that being said, guys, total stamp of approval on this, besides the artwork, because it's terrible. But with that being said, guys, you will love the way this looks. Another perfect 10. I am just so happy with these, and it was so great revisiting these, because they were coming out at such a pivotal point in my life. So guys, let me know if Signs is your favorite M. Night movie, and if it's one of your favorite Mel Gibson movies or Joaquin movies, and what is your thoughts on this 4K if you've gotten it. If you haven't, I'm telling you, man, you're gonna love this. For now, guys, that's gonna be it, man. Enjoy that, pick that up. I promise you, your jaw is gonna hit the floor at how good those bastards look. See y'all next time. Huge giant thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. Without you guys, this would not be possible. To get behind the scenes photos, videos, music, private live streams, and much more, you can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thank you to my patrons.